And we are live here from Just Gaming. We're on episode 32 with Champ Talks with the first Turbo Champion, Jeffrey Giggles Khan.
Can they see it?
Yes.
I don't think we can miss that. Alright, so first off, Jeff, thank you for coming back to the show at such short notice.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
And secondly, congratulations on being the first Turbo Champion
Oh, thank you.
with Sasquatch.
Yes,
And what was the second place tag?
Sasquatch.
Huh, surprise. It's
Yes.
almost like we solved the format.
Well, the guy does in a format where you only play one game, kind of take the biggest advantage of going first. Saying your opponent has you built 3, okay, you built 1.
We'll talk more about Sasquatch and Turbo stuff in a minute.
Yes.
Let's talk about just your thoughts on Turbo.
Oh,
Talk about your overall thoughts on Turbo.
Overall, I did enjoy it. It didn't feel like. At times, people said it was like they thought it would be more of a coin flip, but a lot of my, at least in the finals, a lot of my games were actually quite close, and overall, it was just fun to be able to just go, all right, let's take this little deck and see where it can go, and you also got to see a lot of things you didn't expect. Like, I fought an Inacaris, and it actually did stuff.
I told you he was going to do something.
Well, I'm sorry, when he also gets up 8,000 degrees on turn 1, and says every time I use my character ability, ready and use one of them, because I'm going to ready one of them, like, he almost actually, I think if we had timed it, I think we would have double lost.
Yeah, that was the big issue I heard. There was a time issue. Go on, Jeff.
Yes.
So, what were some of the positives that you got out of Turbo, the format as a whole?
Let's see.
Like, is there any cards that you liked that you normally don't use?
Oh, yeah, I did enjoy the, because I enjoyed the, oh god, yes, motivation. Actually, you got to see it. Actually, the one thing I liked was that it got me kind of ready for, and enjoying a sort of, post-rotation kind of thing. And actually looking forward to it, a format, because we were just playing with just the Mega Man and Darkstalker stuff, and it was actually quite fun. Like, a lot of the Mega Man cards were actually, in that format, a lot more playable than they seem to be now, and a lot of cards were actually more playable. Some characters were even more playable in that format. I also the funny thing is some characters that you thought would be really good didn't turn out to be so good.
Like, which one?
Well, I don't remember many of them actually. I think one made it into top 8. Two, it was 2. I don't know. I didn't think they did that well because I didn't see many of them.
I think she was just underappreciated once again. And quite still is quite still.
Well, I only saw one Hoitzel in the top things.
Yeah, there was only one that's.
And I love that guy. I think he said he ran 9 character cards, and he didn't clog his hand. Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
It was frightening, but the funny thing was that the way that Hoitzel worked in that format, he cycled twice and removed over half of his attacks.
I'll do it.
Yeah, that did.
Is that not how you win in Turbo?
Yeah, you run out of cards, so you have nothing but like the same 5 cards.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, he also had removed like almost half his characters, so he was also like a natural like 6 hand sizer again.
Oh, so it was fair.
Yes, essentially he became fair. Oh my god. And Proto Man almost like was Proto Man gave me a run for my money.
Proto-Man's one of my top choices for post-rotation characters. So.
Yeah. But yes, I'm trying to think what else was there was another fun. Oh right, Electman. That was it. It was here it's Electman.
Yep.
That was it. That was fun and that that whole match was a blur.
He's another there are just so many characters when post-rotation happens, and when we have more turbo events in general, which there will be the next real major turbo event will be at Origins the weekend of June 3rd through 7th. They'll have more information for that, I'm assuming, soon.
Yeah, the other thing I liked was that, if you did do bad, you just jump into another pod. Although I didn't have the chance to do that because I won. But overall, it was a lot more fun than I just thought it was overall going to just be. I thought it was just going to be, oh, get knocked out, I'm going to feel all salty and stuff, but just as you just kept...
I mean, this is a little bit biased because
I know! I don't know how else to kind of say these things.
Was the format, there was a bunch of close games.
Oh yes, that was the thing I was really glad about, is that there were a number of games that were quite close, especially, as I said, especially in the finals. I went down to single-digit numbers against both Quetzal and Proto-Man.
Now, what were negatives of the format?
Yes.
Okay, there I can name a couple right off the bat. First of all, I'll say this: I won every die roll, and that should kind of say something there, especially with the character I was playing. In the fact that the Sasquatch, as I said before, just kind of really takes advantage of that whole I get to go first thing, and just goes, if I can just build 3 or 4 foundations, and at least one of them is a tribal protector, I can then attack, commit down 2 of my opponent's foundations. They can't really retaliate, and then I just keep putting the pressure on them through the whole game. And so he kind of takes a really hard advantage of that. A number of other characters, when I looked at it, weren't able to, take as hard of an advantage as he can. So there, I guess it's a little more fair for this type of format, but Sasquatch really...
So would you say if Turbo continues, that he would have to be banned by the time the June qualifiers happened at Origins?
Maybe. I mean, but then again...
we have a whole other set that's going to be added.
that was... And I remember somebody saying that they had supposedly developed this format with the mindset of having, Mega Man out, at least. And...
But there's still the chance.
Well, no, that's true.
Just saying, so we can get Jasco Games to look at it if they want this format to grow.
Yeah, I do think there's something we said for looking at certain characters for how they might be able to, how heavily they can take advantage of that certain thing. Because other than that, I actually think this format, even though it is single elimination and not many people look for that, and I normally am one of them, but even so, it's not a terrible format, and it's actually it's quite fun. But yeah, there are some characters just who take real heavy advantage of that going first, being able to go first, and can just turn it into a just auto I win.
So the mulligan system that's in the game, that's in it. Well, I'll explain to some people who may not know Turbo yet. Because in this game it's smaller decks, so removing cards from the game for a mulligan is bad. When you go to mulligan, if you don't like your hand, you put it at the bottom of your deck and then redraw. And then to try and negate the advantage of going first, the player who goes second can then, after their first initial mulligan, whether they choose to do it or not, take any number of cards in their hand, put them at the bottom, and then draw that same many. That way they can try and construct the perfect opening hand. What did you think about that?
I really think it helped to make it so that the games were actually fair when I got to go first, or at least as fair as they could be. I mean, as I said, I literally was in some of my finals matches was in single digits. I believe I went to 1 against the Proto-Man deck. It was one of those two, and But that is helped by the fact that the other player is able to sculpt their hand so much. Like, just being able to go, okay, get rid of all this, draw a new hand, or take out all, like, these cards, I'm not going to do anything, and then try to draw a better hand. I did practice games, like, we did a lot of testing, and I was able to, if I went to seconds, sometimes, either playing it as, sometimes even with the Sasquatch deck, just build a perfect hand. It's like, okay, I've got, like, 2 tribal protectors and all these other things.
Fair hands. Right. Joe, you got another question?
No, he's pretty much covered it. I mean, I wanted to know what the pros and cons were. Haha.
All right, I got 2 more questions then. Well, mainly it's, we were supposed to have AJ on the show today, but due to conflicting schedules, he wasn't able to show up. So hopefully AJ watches this and takes notes, because he'll be on a future episode, hopefully next week, to talk about Turbo from the other end.
Yes, I really wanted to hear his opinions too and whatnot.
I would like to know what their future plans are.
Yes.
For making this format better.
What are you looking at?
I think we've got something from Tim here.
Yeah, Tim says so. He's all the way up right there.
Tim, who was the person who was in second place against him playing the other Sasquatch, is pretty sure he lost every single one of his die rolls during the day and was never unhappy about it. So we have someone who went first almost every single match, and someone who went second almost every single match, and they were first and last place. So first and second place.
First and last?
First. We'll edit it out, right? Right? We'll edit it out of our last show.
No, we're gonna do it live. We're doing it live right now.
So you have both ends of the spectrum, and they were still able to come to the top tables.
Yes. Okay, so that makes me feel better too. I was wondering if anybody had.
That might be so. The issue that we were talking about for the past couple weeks may be less of an issue.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
And also, you told me something when you got back. I want to know if it's true. They said that you entered you into another tournament for winning this.
Yes, I am apparently. If I remember right, he said it was Nationals next year for Turbo. That I am already going to be in the top into the top cuts for the turbocharged Honda.
Ooh. Hear that, people? Play UFS, win a car.
Well, that's new.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. We're just adding more and more things to this game.
All I know is my mom said, "Oh, why couldn't it have been the car this year?"
Why? Well, just go and win next year. You're fine. So,
It was a Honda, right? That was the. I want to make sure I didn't say like the wrong car type.
Yeah, no, that's probably it. Oh, whoops.
What?
Tim didn't like my misspeaking. If you're not first, you're last. Sorry, Tim.
Where's Tim posting this? Because I don't see anything.
He's doing it on Facebook.
Ah.
Yes. He's decided to do this all personally.
Alright, so we talked about the Turbo format in general, your deck. Do we have a deck list? I don't think I put up a deck list.
You didn't put up a deck list? I thought you did.
Let me see if I could send Joe a deck list.
I thought you did.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I have a deck list. I apologize.
Yeah, I thought you had it. That's why I didn't, like, bug you about it, because I thought you had it.
Alright.
It's funny, I think
Here you go, Joe.
So is this like one of the smallest decks you've ever shown on this,
Probably. 40 cards. Which I still like. I like having smaller decks.
It feels like a Japanese
private.
What? Oh, it's set to private? Try again.
Huge, you're doing all these mistakes this is the show.
I'm sorry, we didn't want everyone seeing your deck right before the event.
And then I played against almost the exact same thing in the finals.
Yeah?
I mean, with the exception of Mega Ball and,
I've noticed. Yeah, I've noticed
it was the 4-4 draw, the 4 difficulty 2-check draw. What was it for?
Mega Buster.
Mega Buster. Is it just called Mega Buster?
Yeah. I noticed over the years, Tim and I make very similar decks. his Athena was much better, and he had the balls to actually play it first. Like, his big difference was Silent Assassin, because I forgot that card existed.
There we go.
Here we go.
There's my turbo winning deck.
So everyone knows what Sasquatch does at this point. He gives all of his 5 difficulty moves, +1 damage, and +2 speed. And then, after his opponent's ready step, he can lock down to their foundation. So the R is really good if you're going first, and the E is really solid in general. Most of the foundations in this deck are really just filler spam ones. The biggest important foundations are Motivation. It's E destroy at a range card with card pool to your momentum. This allows you to keep your card pool clear to keep on spamming attacks. It allows you to instantly get momentum for your Blizzard Swords.
Oh, yeah.
Or Super Mega Busters discard. And then Glacial Assault, which is just really good for passing checks.
Sir, don't forget Agile Warrior. That thing was like a star player that during that whole tournament.
Yeah, Agile Warrior was the last minute inclusion.
Like this thing was actually in quite a few people's decks. Like if they could run it, they ran it.
Yep.
Because I mean, hell, in a format where you don't get much time to attack, you need to be able to block things, and well, when you can make it any zone.
And by Glacial Assault, I mean Tribal Protector. I don't look at his card. Like, Glacial's good.
Glacial was also, like, Glacial Assault, Tribal Protector, Motivation, Agile Warrior with the key cards. Actually, Tainted Blood actually also helped, too, which had Tribal Protector out. I mean, just going first E plus 3 speed, I guaranteed damage on several attacks because of that. And Super Flying Robot was actually not too bad considering we made sure to, I think, have a good chunk of the attacks as ranged. And that thing constantly was actually giving me the additional 1 damage or 1 speed to possibly either get an attack through or win the game. Dauntless Hero actually, I believe, was that the one that draws you cards?
Dauntless Hero is E destroy draw cards.
Yes. VLN
also.
VLN I never got out.
No.
Never. But Dauntless Hero, I did that, I think it was against Tim. I used the E on that and got 1 more Blizzard Sword off of it.
Yep, and then we have you on camera activating his and him drawing a low block. In retrospect, Big Blow, was that good?
I found it was. I swear there was one time I got it up to like massive damage and either forced someone to block or. Yeah, actually, I swear I remember doing damage. Again, sometimes my memory becomes a bit of a blur.
When you win all the time, all your winnings just get confused together. That's why we've got to give you a notepad at the next event.
I use a notepad.
For notes.
Oh, for notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should be doing that, but I don't have time because I try not to be slow.
Maybe we'll have a personal note taker follow you around.
Oh, that'd be nice. I do remember though getting one of these up to with the powerful and the R on it, getting it up to lethal and forcing them to have to block it. I think that was when it was like one of the only attacks in my hand, but I was just like, all right, get them to use a block on this.
And then the Hyper Mega Buster is just a one-of the tap-down problem cards.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think I pumped it up, and he had to the Pro Man I think had to half block it. The big blow. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's all blurry.
So overall, Turbo looks like a very fun format. Of the spoilers we've seen so far for the new Mega Man set, which we're going to go over some of them in a little bit.
Oh, good. They are.
Yeah. A lot of their support looks like it works really well together with everyone.
Oh God! That's one of the things I've loved about this whole set is that it reminds me of a lot of the older sets where you would look at a character and be like, "Wow, this character's really cool," and then you look at their support and be like, "This looks like it works really well with the character and is pretty good with the character." And it actually all goes together to be the start of something, of a deck. Like you look at the character, you look at the support. There's your start, and then you can look at other things. Like it's a lot. It reminds me a lot of some of the older good sets.
Like, I think that's going to make it so it's really good and really easy to put together quick turbo decks. Like,
Oh yeah, I didn't thought
like
that.
people come in to this game, it's like, all right, I want to play turbo. I want to play this guy in turbo. All right, go to like a single store or just crack open some boxes with your friends. Each of you pick a character, make play sets of the stuff, and then add in a couple of choice cards from older sets because they're good. Boom, you have a turbo deck.
Oh yeah, that actually makes it a lot easier to make turbo decks. Yeah.
Like, you get the theme, you get to play with everything with that character. If you're just someone who wants to, like, I really like Lilith. I just want nothing but Lilith cards on there. All right, take a Lilith and put together. I was like, I really like Quickman. Like, I was talking
I
to...
really like Quickman.
Yes. I was talking to a guy in the store I was at earlier today. I showed him Quickman, and he's just like, I'm in this game. That seems awesome. Let's go play him and all of its support. Speaking of Quickman, I think it's time for some spoilers. It's not that time of the night.
Is it?
We have a time of the night now.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We have a time.
Spoiler time, halfway through. Just guessing.
It's because we don't have Jesse here to keep us on track.
Oh, I miss Jesse.
Yes, Jesse couldn't make it tonight because of other obligations that he got forced into. But he'll be here next week. Coffee with us with AJ.
All right,
Sniper Joe.
we got Sniper Joe. We are going to be going through everything Jasco has spoiled thus far. So we got Sniper Joe, 719, Earth Good Order, static effect of after you are dealt damage rated this character. All block modifiers get +2. Ekman, if you attempt to block this attack, your block modifier gets -5.
Oh, card. I wish he was actually in the set because I'd like to have more support that goes with that. Maybe get like a similar reprint to my old favorite Soul Calibur card together again. But he's a promo.
Now, these are box typers, price support, what?
I think these are all going to be box toppers.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but that's just me guessing from looking at things over the years.
Well, you got Tim on that.
Yeah, actually, you could ask him.
Tim will respond
Oh,
and
you don't
tell me if I'm right or not.
You don't pester Tim. Tim comes to you.
Tim knows when he's needed.
You send out the Tim keep signal.
We're working on that.
All right, moving on. It's a little harder to see, guys. I apologize. Met. He is
Oh, there.
Earth and Life. 2 for 5 +2 robot. Ally and unique. You discard a card, change the zone of your mid attack to high. Response flip. After your high attack deals damage, your next range attack this turn gets minus difficulty. And form add card to your card pool face down. Your opponent's attack this turn deals no damage.
I like this card.
Yeah.
It has a bunch of different useful abilities, and you can flip it down into a foundation for when you're ready to start going off. So, like, you hit with your rain, you hit with your high attack, and then you can go into, like, your Trinity Geyser or your, Lizard Sword or any other range things that we'll hopefully be seeing soon. And it gives you an extra foundation. Like, it has a bunch of nifty abilities that all seem like kind of niche, but when you put them all together, it's a solid card.
It's adorable. It does what a Met does.
Yep. And also, Tim is telling me they're a mix of box toppers and release event promos.
Okay.
Oh, that form looked a lot better when Kaplow was legal.
Yeah. And what was it called? Paralyzing Touch. Yeah. A lot of things. All the good reversals that, are gone now.
Move on.
Next card.
Actually,
A lot of these people talk about online.
Actually,
so
what
it's
does
gonna go through
what does a 12 do again? Is it when it heals it?
It's what it is.
Oh, so that was still good at 12
Yeah.
against a 12.
All right. We got Yellow Devil. 27. All Chaos Life. Response commence after one or more of your foundation After you commit one or more of your foundations to pass the check to play an attack, ready them. Enhance, check of 4 or greater. Your attack gets plus 2 damage when it's done X. X equals the number of foundations the card playable all committed.
So, I'm pretty sure everyone got this, but this guy might as well be doing Trinity Geyser in his artwork.
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay, I guess he just got it.
I didn't. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Why I got us 4 Trinity Geysers.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I don't know why.
Sit on the deck.
Well, okay then. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You just play better than me. That's all.
Okay. I'm glad you read
So yeah.
that.
Both of his abilities are really good. Like his R commit is Leona Blade's combo E.
Oh yeah.
I like that. The fact that you can just also with the other E just static give all your attacks plus 2 damage. Period. So it's just a free plus 2 damage on all your more or less free plus 2 damage on all your attacks, which is pretty good. And then if you're playing something like Trinity Geyser, he gets much better.
I just realized he doesn't even. Unlike Phil Birch, he doesn't have to name anything.
Nope.
He just gets it.
Nope. He also doesn't get to pick up a card every single turn.
Fair enough.
He's actually a 6-card hand size, not a 7.
Yeah.
Alright, go to the next one. We know that he's Trinity Geyser, not that.
This is where we randomly get to see Pyron and Rikuo, right?
Yes. All right. Hugs.
Oh, I love this card.
Momentum Generation is back.
I love
Sort
it,
of.
Jen.
So it's Skull Slam. We get our first, second spoiler for Skull Man. We actually spoiled Skull Man quite a while ago. 3 difficulty, 3, plus 2 mid, 2 speed, 4, skull speed, skull symbols, chaos, death, and water. It's a slam attack, so that means Mark Wojnarowski is obligated to come to your house and use a slam every time you play the card.
Also, I asked him very nicely, once I get a copy of all the slam cards from the set and see him, he will sign them all for me.
I will just be asking him of the certain slams that I will be using to sign.
Fine, we're not going to use every single slam? While we did?
Not every single deck.
Right. Momentum Generation, I mean, it's a 2 made for 4, so it's easy to block. But at the same time, a lot of times people aren't going to want to expend a block on something as puny as this, or you could throw it out as like the end of a string and just hope to get it in there.
Or there could maybe be something on these symbols to help me get through.
That's also true. We have to see the rest of the support. I like the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the card. This actually goes really good in 1-Ash. Up a depth. I think it's
yeah.
1-Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I also like using this, putting this in front of Head Crush. It's a mid block, so you can get a bunch of. So you have this that can randomly get some momentum, and then you toss out a throw, it gives you more momentum.
Water.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what symbol
And-
says share?
Yeah, and you use this with Water Elizabeth, the Water Elizabeth deck. This is my experiment that I've been coming up with while just coming up with extra packs.
I see.
All right. So now we're moving to the characters that were recently spoiled, much like how we did Airman last week. Except we are a bit more prepared this time around. Yeah, Airman kind of caught us off guard. We didn't realize that dump had happened.
Jasco Games is listening to us and gracing us with spoilers. Thank you very much. You make this game so much better by giving us spoilers.
Yes.
So first off, we got Airman. He is Air, Chaos, and Good. Response after an attack is played, you get Flash. This can be used both ways. It'll be very good when something big comes up and, like, you know, Trinity Geyser. You don't want
Yeah, pretty good answer. Trinity Geyser.
Oh my god, I didn't even think you could use it against your opponent's attacks. Oh my god.
So when they hit those Trinity Geysers, you just give it Flash and you move on. It's also got First Form, destroy 1 foundation for the rest of this turn. Your Flash attacks get +2 speed. And whenever one of your Flash attacks is a pretty difficulty of 4 more deals damage, the opponent adds 1 foundation to their hand.
First off, so in case there's someone who still doesn't know yet, Flash is them keywording this attack skips the enhanced step. I like that they keyworded that so they could do a character based on Flash.
I know, right?
Now, a lot of people were actually kind of upset about this because they wanted Flashman to have Flash. But the Kickstarter technology for Flash is entirely counterproductive to what Flashman should do.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a Flashman.
Well,
so
the problem is he stops time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's kind of the opposite of what Flash does. Like, Quickman is the epitome of Flash.
He's not allowed in UFS then.
What?
That's my answer.
Well,
no Flashman.
To be honest, Flashman should just be a stronger version of Time Man.
I agree.
You don't want that. Time Man's borderline playable post rotation.
But wait, you said borderline playable. So
You don't want a card like that. Do you know what a playable version of something like that is?
Akuma?
Yes. There you go.
Okay, focus.
Sorry. His R is really good. That's obvious. The F, some people like it because it's reminiscent of like what Shin could do by just making all their attacks plus 2 speed. Which is really good, especially when you got Flash stuff, so they can't do any speed reduction. My issue with it, which this is, I'd have to play it out in order to see and make sure, is the whole of when your attack deals damage, adding a foundation to their hand. I don't really like that much because it's kind of what Billy does, and Billy sucks because of that.
Well, Billy has to be playing 2 damage moves to do anything else.
Like the problem with this is like you do your F, you throw down a move. Yes, you're getting rid of one of their foundations if it hits.
Yeah.
But you already got rid of one of yours, so it's not like Blazing Storm where you actually get an advantage.
Well, the point here is you're supposed to be doing like the way I look at it is you only do that F if you got like a string of moves to play that will get it to keep going off.
But the issue I have is you could actually give them the blocks they need to save themselves, because they could just pick up a tapped foundation with a block.
Yes, you look at which block zone it is.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's.
I know. It makes
someone-
testing. I mean, like my thought is you're trying to put it in all 3 zones. So it's like, did they pick up anything other than a mid block? Okay, play something that's not of that zone. Get another foundation in hand. Essentially, they then have to, as they lose foundations, they're going to then eventually not be able to. I mean, you're also pumping the speed of the attack.
Yes, the speed pump is what might make it so it puts it over the top.
That's what I'm saying. I think the speed pump with that ability is what will make it work. I
He
think.
will be very good with all the air flash stuff air and chaos flash stuff that's out right now. Cock Flash will stay with them when it rotates. Kneecapper will go away. This man's gonna be really strong with Kneecapper. I think it's gonna be a problem, but it's gonna be something.
Yeah.
Alright, to his support.
I mean, Kneecapper won't trigger the second
Like,
time.
Yeah, I know.
He's shown us that the echo is pretty bad from.
I didn't. Okay. I'm just saying.
You guys can't hear me, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Did it?
Okay. They're saying the echo's pretty bad.
The echo?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. Maybe we're talking too loud, or
I don't know, but it could be. Do you hear anything or something? Or
Yeah, they're
I'm
saying
saying
the echo for me is bad, so I don't know what's up.
I'm not sure what's going on.
We'll try that.
Okay.
Okay, we're moving on next. 8 miles per hour. Insert Doc Brown joke here.
yeah.
3 difficulty 5, plus 3 high block, quick man symbols. Form destroy, discard the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 flash attack, discard this way to your hand. Enhance commit, your opponent discards 1 momentum.
I have been wanting a card to get rid of opponent's momentum that was actually someone good for, like, ever since we lost Machine Lines, I bought Super Leader.
Alright, that's the fair side. The F side is really good.
Oh, yes.
It says go get a Confluence.
Yes, I feel. However, your face when you do destroy it and you see nothing but gray.
Oh well. I definitely like. You get also for a trick for a short time, running this and Playboy. If you're seeing 2 attacks, you take one and leave the other one on top.
Oh God, that's
So we good on this one?
Well,
Yep, next one.
well,
Okay.
I don't think you can change the
You
order.
can't change the room. It involves a little bit of luck, but
Oh, okay.
Playboy is still Playboy.
Yeah, the also interesting thing about this card is that this and the next card we do actually forms one solid picture.
Oh yes, I did like that. I did really like that.
I'm a bad person. I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you didn't notice that? Oh, yeah.
So we have always on the move, 2 for 5, no block, quick man symbol. Response commit. After an attack is made, it gets +2/+2, +2 damage or +2 speed. This is really good because this essentially says your conch is either 5 high for 10 or 7 high for 8.
You've essentially isn't this essentially if you just combine
It's
10
double.
dinosaurs and well you can well no it doesn't exactly the block
Yeah.
step but essentially you just
It's a better Iron Will that has the ability to do damage.
yeah.
This is a good thing it doesn't have a block on it because I'm never going to hold it in my hand. I'm going to play this card. This card's really solid.
Yeah.
It is really solid. Next up, we got Build for Speed. It's 1 for 6, +3 high block. Response destroy 1 foundation. After you play an attack, it gets +1 speed.
That is our Destroy Foundation. Not
That's
our
going in
commit.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This card seems like they're pushing to make these symbols good again.
And it's 1/6.
The 1/6.
With the block.
They're pushing to make these symbols strong again. Air's kind of already there. Post rotation gets pretty good.
The chaos needed
Chaos needs some love again, and this is a very good step in the right direction. Like
yeah.
that +1 speed sometimes can randomly get there, and when you're going all in and just gonna kill your opponent anyways.
I mean you can also blow up your committed foundation.
Yes.
So I love that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Next
Ooh. What are the symbols on Dr. Wily?
I don't remember.
is Death, Earth, and Evil.
Damn. Okay.
I think they did that for a reason, Hughes.
Yeah.
And
All right. Next up,
saying things.
we have Rivalry with Turbo Man.
I like that.
I do. I love it to death.
I don't
it's 2
love
for
them
5.
actually in the rivalry.
2 for 5, no block. Air again. Quick man symbols. I love that I just got to say quick man symbols. It's got a static effect. After this
No.
destroy, your opponent discards 1 momentum. So that combos very well with the ones that you just thought out. It also blows itself up, giving it its own effect of after you play an attack, it gets flash.
Giving any attack flash, pretty solid. I mean, this card's kind of good. I think it still should have had a block. I'm unsure about this card. I didn't
This
see
is probably a
attacks on
2 of in certain decks because, like I said, if you combo it with the last card, we get +1 speed and it forces a momentum discard.
But it's a vulnerability does that, just blowing itself up.
Yeah. But you're sitting there trading off, do I want the +1 speed or do I want the flash?
Well, sometimes, depending on how you build the deck, you could want flash. Like, I could see that there being some sort of really good attack on any 3 of those symbols that comes out, and it's like, if this had flash, it would be stupid. And lo and behold, you have a way to give it flash on the
absolutely.
and foundation.
I'm just saying, this is like maybe a 2 or 3 of in a deck because you may want to use it one way or the other.
Track flash. Ooh.
Yeah, one card. All these cards that give stuff flash. I kind of want to see Big Bang Strike, the Protomantin card. That's a 5 mid for 10 that you can't play any other attacks if you play it.
Just give it flash. Give it
flash.
+2 speed, and the +2 speed from his own ability. Oh my god.
It's like, pop, 10 you. All right, continue with my turn. I with 1 card done what you do with like 3 or 4.
Look at it. Moving on. Quick Slam is 4 div 3. 4 mid 4, +1 mid block, quick man symbols, flash and slam.
He also has plenty of room for slam to sign.
It's just a solid, just vanilla flash.
Yeah.
Move is slammably offensive.
I honestly think I'd be running.
I swear MSCM is good.
I could probably run this in my mature deck.
I'm just really hoping for some support for slams so I can build a slam deck and then go beat up slam with it.
Don't do that.
Why?
Don't be that guy to Mark.
I mean, I gotta take revenge for him taking out my friends with Goro.
Don't be that guy with Mark.
Alright, on to the next
All
slam.
right, on to the next one. Quick charge. 5 diff 3, +1 low, 3 for 5, 3 mid 5. We got them quick man symbols. Flash and punch. Some static text. After you play this card, your next check to play a flash attack this turn gets +2. If it deals damage, your next attack this turn gets flash.
Judge,
Now,
I have a quick question.
I'm going to allow this.
I play this card, it deals damage. Do I give flash to my next attack as I'm playing it, so that way it gets +2 to the next check? Or do I give, or does the next attack just happen to get flash, and then the next flash besides that gets +2?
I mean, I'd assume the way they're... I'm going to make an assumption and say the way they're wording it is that if it deals damage, the next attack gets flash, and since it's a flash attack, it's +2. It's going to get +2.
That's the hope for it to do, but design may have messed up somewhere. Design's messed up before.
I guess.
Design's not perfect. We got Phil Birch. We got Hoytstill. K-Dash. And Yori. And Maxi. I'll keep going.
Oh,
Shin. Yeah, I forgot about Shin.
You should specify which Iori.
Both of them.
Okay, no. Promo is fair.
Promo one's fair. I like this card as a +1 low block. We need more lows.
All I know is no matter how this works, I think this card is great.
Yeah. Like, it's definitely a solid card either way. Next attack effects apply as soon as you start the process of playing it. Like Soul Thresher would work. Okay. So I'm assuming from that he's about to tell me that yes, the next attack gains flash, and then it will also get +2 to its check. So because he's using Soul Thresher as an example, where it applies, it has a continuous effect that applies of making your next attack -2 difficulty. So I'm going to assume that, yeah, both of these, it works the way that I want it to. Yep, so if your quick charge lands, your next attack gets both flash and +2. Alright, so it works the way it's intended.
Wow, that
This card got better. It's a flash punch.
Yeah, I know. Were you also thinking... Wait, that's
No! I don't want to give it my Valiant Assault Flash.
Well, this is what you do. You'll hold the... if they... God damn it, stop it. It's like if they block it, they just walk into allowing you to combo.
Yeah. That's a cute thing that we'll see in playtesting how it works. On to the next card. I can think about that another day.
Okay, this is one I've been waiting on for a long time. And this is one of the reasons Mitsurugi got quoted as a purple card candidate. So, it's Pharaoh Man. He's 719. He's Fire Life in Order. Your checks your opponents make during attacks get -1. That's either your attacks or their attacks. Always good. Enhanced commit. Your opponent, or no commit, excuse me. Just flat out enhance. Your opponent makes a check against a difficulty of 5. If it fails, this attack gets +2. I'm going to be running the crap out of him out of life.
Yeah. This guy's very solid. He's the best candidate so far I've seen of you run him, you run all of his support, and then you cherry pick cards from your favorite symbol to finish off the deck, and it'll be a very, very solid deck.
The top 2 candidates for foundations that I've been looking at are Hedonist and Eternal Beauty.
Yes. Tim pointed me in the direction of that. Make them fail their check. I like this guy. He will be screwing up moon decks while they still exist. Those moons are like 6 difficulty now.
Text is going to make staring your text.
So if they go attempt to play a moon, it's at -1.
Ah!
So it works with all of his support, which forces people mixed up.
Oh my
And
god.
it screws up moons.
Wait,
Oh my
why
God.
is it? Why is Moon -1 when they play? Because it's just it's an action.
Well, checks your opponent makes. Any check. So if they make a control check during the attack to play moon, he'll get -1.
Okay. Just wanted some clarification on that.
Oh god. And imagine if they did the response of it too. No, wait, response.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, they do response. They have to do check.
This guy's not immune to moon, but they're going to punish people who want to try to do it.
Oh God, yes.
On to his awesome support.
Oh god, yes.
He has some fantastic support. So we got Egyptian Pyramid. 3 for 5, +2 high block, Arrow Man symbols, it's a terrain. While this card is in your staging area, checks to play non-attack cards get -1.
Oh god, so even harder punish. God dang.
Yes, Moon gets even harder to play. Enhance, your opponent makes a control check against a difficulty of 4. If it fails, this attack gets -2 damage. Wait, can't you use this with Whiplash Buster?
Yeah.
Wait, huh?
You can get your Whiplash Buster -2. It's also just, once you start getting a bunch of your pieces out, it makes them have to start committing a foundation or all their attacks are -2 damage. The biggest problem I have with this card, for 4 months until rotation happens, there is going to be that guy in every playgroup who plays 4 of this and 4 of Bastet and hopes to just drop both of those down on turn 1 and make all your opponent's checks -1 and all their cards +1 difficulty. And just try and lock someone out from turn 1.
I want to kick you in
And
the
now you understand why cats are revered in Egypt.
Oh my god, he's right. Bastet is an Egyptian cat. Oh, he is. Can we build it?
Jesse guarded Liquid.
God dang it!
/ we're never giving him any Bastet.
Oh,
Because I don't want anyone playing that card.
well, see, I have Bastets.
Okay, you're not playing that guy.
Sir, I'm gonna be getting cards.
Build your own deck. You know that happened last time.
Build your own deck, Giggles.
Oh.
Alright. Next card.
Next card.
Like, all this stuff is really straightforward, which is nice.
What?
It's all good.
I love the art on this. I love it. They're dumb
Okay, well,
faces.
first off, let me pause on this one. The artwork for all of these cards have been nothing short of fantastic.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
card alone looks amazing.
Yeah, this card, like all the artwork, like I've gone to other sites trying to promote UFS lately. Everyone sees the artwork for this set, and they just look at it like, I want to play this game because of the artwork alone.
Yes.
So
This
I
is
hope that we
easily
get
one
those
of the
Mega Man
best
examples
artworks.
out there for that.
This has easily been one of the best artworks for a UFF set we have had in a long time. Alright, back to the card itself. It's 3 diff 4 +3 mid, Arrow Man symbols. Response command, after your opponent fails a check, draw a card. Enhance card of momentum, ready this foundation, playable while committed.
Like, this card is really strong. I'm glad it's a 3/4. If it had any other stats, it would be too strong. Like,
If it was a 2/4 or
Yeah.
3/5.
this card's going to be neat for 4 months with Vincent Gray. Yeah, a lot of his stuff works really well with Vincent Gray, by the way.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that.
Failure attack, and failure block, and I'll rip another card. And I'll discard my momentum from my throws to ready it and do it again. I'll just keep going.
Keep going, we're done.
Yeah, we're done with that too.
The only issue I have with this is I got to figure out which I want to run more of. Do I run more of this, or do I want to run more of Hedonist?
I think this card.
I think I'll split it evenly. Maybe 3-3.
You're not running any twos. Like, that's fine.
Huh?
If you're not running any twos, that's okay to get away with.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the 7-hand size.
So we have 2 for Fear of Women. 2, 5, no block, Pharaohman symbols.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
this card alone is hilarious. Enhance, your opponent makes a check against a diff of 5. If it fails, commit this card and your attack gets +3 speed.
It's funny. It's essentially it's like a hidden e-commit. Just the opponent has to make some sort of Actually, I'm not actually to pay a cost, do they? It's not a cost.
You're just trying to get your opponent to commit additional foundations to attempt to block. Like, it's another. I treat it more as your opponent commits 1 foundation, or your attack will deal damage.
Oh, okay.
That's not quite always going to be true, but so I understand why they didn't give it a block.
I almost want this to just be Lara Croft raiding Pharaohman's tomb.
Funny.
To be honest, it's what it almost looks like. More like
Not red hair. Nope. Lara Croft is not that big.
oh.
Alright, anyway.
Nor a beret.
This is
Very
just a
fashionable.
really odd, funny looking card. Alright, moving along.
Yeah.
Pyramid Explorer. 2 for 5, +3, Pharaohman symbols, +3 mid, excuse me. Response to your turn, commit. After your opponent commits 1 or more foundations to pass a check, choose one of those foundations. It does not ready their next ready step.
Oh.
Yep. This card's going to make people need to pay attention when they commit foundations to pass a check.
Oh God.
Like, most people, like, they just go, herp derp, I'll commit this more in the loss because I'm not going to use it, so I'm ready to kill them. And now they might make it, so it takes an extra turn for them to get around to being able to kill someone because it's locked down for an extra turn. Like, it's a good control piece.
Yep. Alright. Anything else?
No, he's just right. It's a very good control piece.
Alrighty, moving on. Charismatic Roar, 2 for 5, +2 high, Pharaohman symbols. Response commit. After your opponent makes a check that is not being made to play a card, that check gets -2.
This is the weird, like, they want to make something to fit with his support that's very specific to his support. Like, there are a few things out there, like, if Takuma becomes an issue post-rotation, I guess it hurts Takuma and his 5+ checks.
Actually, if more characters start to make
Yeah.
4+. I mean, like, this could become more of a wider spread thing if a lot more cards come out that require checks for their abilities to go off,
Right.
which I have been seeing a lot more of.
Because you want this game to be aggressive, so.
So, I mean, right now, it maybe mostly just fits in him, but maybe down the line it could fit into a lot more things.
It's one of those, it's a random niche thing in other decks. In him, it turns on his ability when you need it. Do you need that -2 damage? You probably got it. Do you need to draw a card? You've got it.
Well, I mean, this and Eternal Beauty, you're going to make them either tap out completely or they're just not even going to try.
Yeah. So, yeah, him with some Morgan stuff will be really nice.
Yes.
I didn't even, like, he's one that's just like, I didn't think to look at other symbol stuff for him. So let's go on to the next card.
Yeah.
He's got his attacks, which I like.
Yeah.
So we have Thorough Shot. It's 4 for 3, 3 high 5, no block. Pharaohman symbols. Desperation 3 ranged. Enhance, your opponent makes a check against a difficulty of 6. If it fails, this attack gets +2 speed, and your next attack gets +2 speed.
I think a four diff 5 high for 5 is pretty good. That makes your next attack also +2 speed.
This attack feels very pushed, and I like that because it's on, again, symbols that need that push, fire and light. I think someone said somewhere, like, another reason why Quixo got banned was because there were cards in the future that after rotation happened, he would be a very strong problem. I think this is one of the pieces of a cards that could make a fire build really consistent. That's good after rotation because it's got damage higher than its difficulty. Right there, that's a good case for any aggressive card. And with the lower difficulty with high damage, the better that scales.
And it has built-in speed pump for it and the following attack.
Like, it's most likely what it's going to be is your opponent's going to check a 5, and they're going to commit a foundation. So this deck mostly just has a very awkward stun 1.
Yeah, fair enough.
But when they check that 3, then you get to have fun.
Yeah.
Or if you're playing Pharaoh Man, you definitely get to have fun.
Yeah.
But this is a card that's very, very solid. I'm going to be putting it in some fire decks in the future.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go at other moves that had solid.
All right. So we have a small clip to play for this next one.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Everybody knows this is coming.
Yep.
This card, it's my favorite card in the set. Or that's spoiled, excuse me.
Is this clip going to be her? Oh, God.
I know what it is.
I didn't actually see the clip.
It's full screen, right?
No.
No,
it won't show
it's
it.
glitched. It's just put
It
it back.
shows it as a separate video.
Yeah. So just
There
put
we
it
go.
like that.
Alright, we're good. Got your power.
Now I've got your power.
Don't care. Airman does not care.
I like that. Now I'm good to vote.
And here we have it. We have Pharaoh Slam. So this is my favorite card. From all the cards that's spoiled, if only for that clip alone, they actually put it in the game. Makes it even better. I will be having Mark sign this card along with Skull Slam. So it's 4 difficulty 3 plus 0 high block. 3 mid 4. It's a slam and enhance your checks your opponents make during this attack get -1. And this is only a common.
Yep. This is my first pick draft. By the way, this set is, I've heard, very draftable.
This set is
Just like King of Fighters.
This set is just. I'm having flashbacks to like Cutting Edge and whatnot, where everything's like playable.
Would really encourage stores
Around midnight.
to possibly start setting up more drafts for this event, because they've worked very hard to make drafting an actual format for this. I think it'll be very fun to draft this set. Yeah, the E works on their block as well, so it's also a pseudo +1 speed.
Oh God, I didn't even think of that.
Like, he's yet another character. It's yet another ability in the set that gets around speed reduction because it doesn't actually add to speed.
Wait. He himself.
No, that doesn't work on cards. It's only minus for the checks.
Oh, it's -1 for their checks. Oh, it's -1 for the checks during attacks.
Yeah.
And
This is
checks your opponent make during his attack.
Go read Pharaoh. Can we go back to? Oh, we closed it.
Pharaoh Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a second.
Tim's probably saying so. Either I misspoke or one of us is misremembering.
I could look it up.
Well, we want the audience to see it first.
Yeah.
Okay. Checks your opponent makes during attack.
So does that mean
So I
turn
believe-
blocks too? I mean,
Yeah, I think he might also stack with it too. So all of his attacks get technically +1 speed. Oh, this is Tim responding to the draft part. Better drafting than KOF. He gave me the numbers for drafting. 6 symbols that have 36 cards, so 1/3 of the booster cards or so each. So you can draft any one of those and pick any 4 characters that fit in.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that this also works here on their blocks.
If so,
Yep. Block step is part of the attack sequence.
wow.
I missed that on Pharaoh Man, so Pharaoh Man himself just statically. I mean, to be fair, Sniper Joe gives +2 and everything, essentially. By getting around with block modifiers. Like, that
Fair
essentially
enough.
says...
Fair enough, but that guy just had then more defense on his defense. This guy has damage pump and essentially speed pump. Like, well, this guy.
Gemini Man has both, too.
I want you.
Yeah.
Wait, did we even?
Yes, we pulled Gemini Man like 3 months ago, dude.
Actually showed the card and everything?
Yes. On here.
I didn't even see that.
Maybe you should watch Total Justice Gaming more.
Well, I finally like the Facebook page and everything.
Yes. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, what you just
You know,
liked
more
this
times
week-
than anyone else.
Real, even more than Sean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because, you
Careful,
know,
he's
there
probably
have
watching.
been plenty of times that we've been like, Jeff, come here, we got an opinion for you again.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Alright, so Pharaoh Man, pretty good. Better than I thought. I think people get saltier over Pharaoh Man than like Sniper Joe or Crash Man. Because giving Black Modifiers +2, okay, that's fine. Giving your checks -1, we'll just get saltier over that. Like, you're giving them a negative. You're like, oh, man.
Well, I'm sorry. People always hate when you hack their checks.
They're going to have, like,
I mean-
non-flashbacks to Blood Runs True.
I was just thinking that. I was just going to say,
But
remember how
without giving them a card.
What?
I said, but without giving them a card.
Yeah.
I forgot that thing actually gave you a card.
Well, yeah, I usually put all 4 of them in play with soccer and then kill people. Okay, so here's an example back to drafting for a minute. Like Pharaoh Man, Proto Man, Metal Man, and Crash Man all have fire. So you can draft fire. 1/3 of the cards in all the packs will have fire that you can get. Will probably have fire on them. Will be usable, and you can choose any of those characters for your deck. So it'll be very easy for you to just pick some symbols, and easily be able to slot into a character. So I think draft will be very
Just
fun.
slow that Metal Man has fire. That means Tim just needs to slow the whole character.
I wish he would.
I don't remember the card at all. This is what I wanted to say earlier. Pharaoh Man isn't the reason why Mitsurugi was up. It's Metal Man stuff. I'm pretty sure because they spoiled the Metal Man Foundation at the Empire Circuit. I don't remember what it does. Sorry.
Wait, where? When? What?
The event you didn't go to.
Oh, of course.
He has all fire and void. So he's straight up 8 Bill of Punishment symbols.
Oh.
It's not anywhere online. This was one of those. It got printed out. Here's the picture. It was like there's a Ringman Foundation that was floating around at the Michigan PTC.
Yeah, I remember that
Which
one.
I don't remember that card either.
I remember it being kind of
They were showing it so far the fact of, yes, this Robot Master's in this set.
Yeah, it kind of helps usually when you have the Robot Master go with the support to figure out whether the card's good or not.
But yeah. So, Metal Man has all fire and void. So if you're a fan of Metal Man, there's your symbols.
Oh, that one guy was asking, why didn't you tell him?
Because we needed to watch Total Justice Gaming to find out.
How do you know he's watching right now?
You know, he likes the show. Maybe he should be watching. And I just realized we are way over an hour.
We are? Oh, we're only 11 minutes.
That's fine.
Not really, because we
Hey, what?
started it at the end. We're
had a
only
bunch of
4 minutes
spoilers.
over.
Okay. But we had a bunch of awesome spoilers. Well, hopefully, I doubt we'll get any tomorrow. It would be nice if we did. Your best, not just for games. But I'm
We
content
love
with
you.
this week. I hope we get more next I'm assuming it'll be following a similar pattern of every Monday and Thursday. Hopefully.
You don't bug about yourself. I can't tell where I should be looking.
I'm sorry. You be more confused.
I'm sorry. I swear half the time that I bet the audience is wondering, where the heck is he looking?
Oh well. Don't comment on that.
Well, I'm going to let them know I'm not an idiot. I just don't know where it is.
If you want to let them know that you're not an idiot, hold up the $1,000 check again.
I did want to at least hold up once because I lugged it out here.
You only held it up once. Yes, here's your check. That's what you get. Hold it more this way.
Well, which way?
That's.
I can't see you.
There you go.
Alright.
Win a turbo event. Get something similar to this, hopefully. I'm hoping they'll do more prizes in the future. Besides the car, of course.
Well, you do get a copy, 4 copies of Turbocharge if you get the top cuts.
Oh boy. Oh, they did just give you. I didn't know.
Yeah.
They gave you.
Oh yeah. Like as soon as you got knocked out, AG came along. Here's 3 more copies.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's like, so I have a full playset of Turbocharge.
Oh,
Yeah. With Turbo Man on it.
that'll be fun.
Yeah. Are you never going to go look up what Dirt Road does?
No, we've talked about Turbo Charge. Here's a Sean O'Brien messaging me.
Oh.
Oh,
Shop at Rochester CCG.
now I will not be as obvious as my friend here, but Mega Man's coming out soon. Go pre-order Rochester CCGs. That way you can get your stuff as soon as possible.
I was trying to be funny.
Yeah, I guess you are the funny sidekick.
This is a try.
I'm sorry, you're.
He's saying that you're not.
Well, I'm sorry, you're Andy Richter to his Conan O'Brien.
You're Coco now. Also, I'll bring this again. If you have a store in your area that you want to start carrying UFS, go harass them to email me at mhughes@rochesterccg.com. We'll try and get you set up. You gotta get asked. If you want it in your store, you gotta ask. Is that way if you ask, get them to message me. We'll get UFS to your store as soon as possible.
And make sure you fill out all the necessary paperwork.
Let's not go into stores and paperwork. Alright, Joe, do you have any other stuff to bring up?
No, we're good. Jeff Giggles, thank you again so much for coming on talking Turbo.
Yeah, no problem. Hopefully I'll be here again. Or probably will be.
We hope so. It's always good to have people come on and guest.
He's gonna go win another event with me at Gen Con.
Let
like
me think
that.
what else we got. Next week we'll probably have 2 more characters to run down. We will have AJ with us to talk more Turbo, hopefully. We are compiling the characters as the character dumps as they come out, so that we will have a whole set review episode between the 3 of us. That'll happen sometime down the road. What else do we got? Just the usual. Hit up the Facebook page. Go and like it. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the YouTube page.
Log into your friends' accounts and then have them like it.
Just let us know how we're doing. The Echo, we're still trying to work on that, but we're bouncing around 3 different computers, so stuff happens.
The big issue is I have a mic that has no noise filter, so when I have guests on the show, that's when we get the echo problem.
Yeah.
So I apologize.
No. I mean, crap happens.
Yes. Well, it's all Turtle Beach's fault.
I thought Turbo Beach was supposed to be a good headset.
Nope. That turns out they're the mad cats of the headset department.
Okay, don't get us sued. Oh, and speaking of that, yeah.
Yeah, I just realized.
The Mega Man clip. We do not claim ownership of the Mega Man clip. We don't own it. We're not Capcom. We're not Ruby Spears. I do, however, own a copy of the complete series. I ordered off Amazon. Fantastic thing. It's down there, Midnight TV series, somewhere around that area. Fantastic thing. You can go buy for yourself off Amazon. It's the entire series. I highly recommend it. It comes in a cool NES cartridge, and each of the DVDs look like an NES cartridge.
Yes. You go buy it for me.
Oh,
You have $1,000.
I-
Yourself.
I have $1,000. I have. Stop it. We're live on television, and we're live on
Television.
something,
Fourth wall.
and I will not have you bring up my finances right now.
All right, people don't need to hear us ranting at each other.
I'm sorry, I think it's one of the most entertaining things I could watch on this program.
Oh, that hurts.
What? I meant I enjoy comedy.
Okay.
Well, it's comedy.
Good
We'll
night.
laugh. Night.
Night, folks.